everyone. Welcome.
This is going to be a wild session, just so you guys know.
No, it's not going to be that wild.
I think it will be.
Anyway, because of her. Welcome to another episode of the NG Show. My name is Ngozi, and with me is my girl, VTM, Toke Makewa.
Hi, guys.
Introduce you.
I feel so honored, so accomplished, so blessed.
She's working on things, people.
Yeah, but I'm always telling, you remember, I'm always asking for this show.
Yes.
I'm always on her ass to bring this show back, so I'm so happy she's doing it. And the moment I got off a flight and I got that text, I responded immediately now.
She did.
And I said, I'm going to be there.
She did.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That's what
Thanks
we
for being
do.
here, boo. So
Thanks
last
for
minute,
having
we're about to start, she said, can I wear my sunglasses or will it be too much? I said, you're TM, wear your sunglasses, let's rest.
I mean.
And your boots.
I know, she was coming for me.
Can y'all see her boots?
But listen.
So guys said something, and that's how you know that I'm not a baddie and she is. Like, and when we say baddie, it's the connotation of the word. It's just someone who is into the things.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a pair of Birkenstocks. Thank God y'all can see my feet. Toke is wearing almost knee-high denim heels, pointies.
In a hot climate, by the way.
But they are non-climate. Tell me how you said
They're
it.
not.
They're just fashion boots.
Yeah, they're fashion boots.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wear this.
They're not
so
winter
cold,
boots. So
but
whenever we see boots in Nigeria, for us is she wearing boots? Are you mad?
Yeah.
Now, is it warm in Nigeria? Is it hot in Nigeria? Yes.
Yes.
Are there shoes in this? Because there's some men with some Dr. Martens that will melt your leg faster than your boots.
But then I also say if you can wear so there's some pair of jeans that you wear that are thick, that even in the hot of Nigeria,
will give you a yeast
it will
infection.
give you, when you're into those babes who are always
Yes.
like thighs rubbing, it's a bit, so it's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's actually denim material. It's not, I can't wear this in the cold. I will freeze to death. And I just thought, I'm meeting my good sister. Let me give her a shock. Because I know she's going to talk about it.
I saw that. This heifer is wearing boots.
Girl, bye.
Girl, bye. No, but
okay, get it out. Get it out.
It's
Get
out,
it out.
it's out, it's
And then
out,
let's
it's
move
out,
on.
It's out. It's
Thank
out.
you.
It's out.
Right.
So the fashion is on per.
Thank you.
I learned that from my Gen Z friend.
I know,
It's on
right?
per. All right. Okay. So on today, she doesn't need any introduction. But how do you introduce yourself now? What do you say? Like, my name is Tia Manama.
The Toke Makewa. If you don't know, then you don't. I mean, what am I supposed to tell you? I am your absolute baddie. Guys,
No, I'm not saying anything.
but
Go
I'm a
ahead.
multimedia personality, radio, television. I'm an actor. I'm an entrepreneur. I wrote a book.
Toke wrote it. Did he not leak your book before?
Nigeria.
Just finish. Don't worry.
So I wrote a book. What else do I do? I do a lot of things.
You do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And this therein is not
I'm
a problem.
walking billboard.
It's not a problem, but you need to. She has a plan for rest soon.
She knows what happened to me on my way here.
Yes.
And I was saying to her,
She has a plan
it's so
for
funny
rest.
how I would hear people say things like, oh my God, Toke Makewa doesn't work. She just lays on her back and gets everything. She knows the conversation we'll be having since I came here. I was literally in a strategy session for 4 hours.
It's going to be wild. Though.
And I was just like, and I came in sad. So she's been trying to pick, I didn't get my way in the
But the
meeting.
strategy session outcome is going to be wild. That's the only dance she knows in the world.
Guys, I promise. But I'm so proud of you. I mean, before we delve into it, you know that you're one of the women who actually motivate me. Just, your career journey has just been absolutely amazing. And I always say this to you off camera, so I feel like it's nice to give people their flowers while they can still smell them. I just love your quirky, down-to-earth personality. You've been through so many things, but you still find ways to just keep smiling. And that's one of the most beautiful things about you. You're a hard worker, you're a great mom, and you just take a mickey out of yourself. You laugh about all the things that have happened to you in a way that I'll be like, girl, if that was me, I need like 6 months.
Yeah,
Not necessarily, but yeah.
What was the thing you sent me this morning? The girl said something, me and Elmo.
She's crazy.
Yo, tickle me a fuck. On today's episode, we are discussing social media. Now, let me capture it well. It's my social media issues because, or are they social media issues? Now, social media happened to us.
Yes.
Right? It happened. There was no training. There was no entry barrier. There was nothing. It happened that you just joined and rode the wave.
Yeah.
Right? There was no training course.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And so everybody kind of joined. Da, 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 da. And so there's absolute carnage, free will to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
My first thing is I honestly wish there was an entry requirement. Almost like how to be the president of Nigeria, even though it's a very low bar, you at least need to have secondary school. right?
Yeah.
To drive a car, you at least, there's a few things. What do you feel about, and because Toke is more liberal than me, thank God for that, because everyone was like me, won't breathe. What do you think about having some kind of entry requirement? Like, I want to open an Instagram account. Okay, answer these few questions.
I think it definitely will take the fun out of it. I think the fun part of social media is the fact that it is a free app. Most of them are. When somebody came and wanted to, I think it's Elon Musk that bought Twitter, and wanted to start charging people. I don't know if he still charges. I don't know how people use X. I don't know, whatever that is. But I mean, people were looking for, threads came and they hopped on there and thinking, I think the whole psyche is the fact that people have so much access to things. And people love the fact that when something is free, they abuse it. So clearly, because it's free,
so it's the freedom
not paid.
that causes the abuse.
If they started charging $10 for you to have Instagram, many people, you won't see them anymore because they don't have $10 to be paying every month.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So then they would...
So but you think that would take the fun out of it?
I definitely think it would. I think the owners of the social media app would then realize that, not everybody can really afford. They love... It's a social experiment.
The fact that all and sundry
has access to it. Your gate man, the guy selling petrol to use on Facebook.
Yeah.
Everybody has access to social media,
Correct.
which was a social exercise anyway. So I think the fact that it's free, there will be crazies because it's a free game.
Okay, so I hear you.
Yeah.
And I agree. I don't disagree that once you, let's say, charge money. So not money, but mental check.
Yeah.
Mental health check. Like, are you a robot? Circle the bicycles. And something. No?
I mean...
Put email address you have joined.
When you put it like that, then I get what you're trying to say. You have people who are uncouth, who do not even know that they have a mental... Half the people that have mental health issues, the ones who are aware are the ones who have even taken the first step into finding some sort of resolution.
The ones on social media are not aware.
A lot of people are lot of people are not aware. People, what brings up the construct of our mental well-being?
Yes.
Places we've been.
Yes.
Our environments. We're all victims
of
where
what we've come with.
Yes. And certain people just believe that way of life is the only way of life that they know. It takes them now being involved with people who might be,
have had a different way.
Yes. And then you realize that this is not quite right. So the guy who is trolling on social media, believe you me, lives in a chaotic environment where this is normal. Face me, I face you. Hey, squad, something. They don't. For them, that's their day-to-day
So
living.
when you go into your house, you can't hear your neighbor. That life doesn't. He hasn't felt it.
You can't really relate. That's why you can't just enter somebody's comment section and just write anything because in your mind, you mind your business. Your walls are high. You don't have time to be. So why do you even bother yourself insulting somebody who needs help?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Number 2, that was the next one, is the concept of cyberbullying versus... It was a thing, it was a big thing. Now I don't know, it's still a thing, but it's happened so much. I think it's just
people have grown thick skin over the years.
So that's what's happening.
Not necessarily celebrities, even normal people have had to grow a thick skin because the fear of social media, the anxiety it brings, it would hold you back from doing so many things. You find yourself rethinking before you post one thing, what would this person say, what would that person say? But at some point, you realize that the state of the country, I can only talk about Nigeria because that's where I am.
Yes.
Everybody is angry. That's why there's a difference. There's a different style with Instagram.
Yes.
Enter Twitter. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Listen, I'm not. I mean, I have an account, but I don't do anything with it.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Everybody's angry.
Everybody's angry.
You can just say, I am walking down the streets. The fifth person will say, why do you feel the need to walk when you can drive? Somebody will not say, oh, you're just trying to let us know that those who are now driving are a bit better. Another person will go, oh, just because you're... And it's like, all I said is I'm walking down the streets.
Twitter, are you guys... You have to be following... I honestly...
That's not how it works. No, you don't have to be following. Twitter is just
as trending.
All it takes... No, somebody just needs to retweet your tweet, and the person that is retweeting that tweet should have a little bit of a following. Even 2,000 followers can make you trend on that day. Because... you know what is so interesting about Twitter?
Okay, tell me.
One tweet could be a follow-up to a thread you've been writing. The entire thread might not trend, but that one tweet that does not tell you what was before or what is after. Somebody's just vexed or someone say, who the fuck cares?
Yes.
Shut
Look what
up.
she said.
I'm like, calm down. Why are you so mad?
I said, but why do people...
Why do we still tweet? You know what? I have to say this.
I really felt like Twitter, or is it X? Twitter's X.
It's called X now.
X always felt to me like an editorial, like a news, like a
Oh
headline
no, when X
thing.
started, it was actually fun. The things that, I remember when I joined X, I was still at the bank. The things that people used to post then, you know, a photo of their food. I just had a cigarette. It was like a status update thing.
Yeah, I was on those 150, like really short.
It was literally supposed to be just a status update, hi, morning, meeting. Later on, it became a diary.
Ah,
that's when the problem started. A whole diary.
A thread. When you want to write to that, a thread.
Oh, gosh.
So, but let me, and I know this is not part of it, but on Instagram and all that kind of stuff, like brands endorse, is there money on X? They pay for...
They do. I don't think it's gotten to Nigeria yet. I don't know if Nigerians are earning, but I think that they're saying people... or they've started earning money.
Nigerians are earning.
I think they have to feel something, and they do this.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I think they've started doing that. I don't know how much they're earning. But half the people who are on Twitter are not the ones that are earning. The people that are doing it, I don't think they care so much.
They didn't come to earn, they are just violent.
It's a place to let off some steam.
Ah!
Yeah,
Twitter is like a social gym.
I saw a reel where one guy wrote, I earn 80K. My role in the office is team leader, 80,000 naira salary. I will lead them astray. Oh. That's the kind of fucking shit you see on social media. It's crazy. You can't take these people seriously. You honestly can't, Edgy. You can't. People are dealing with so much unhappy jobs.
Talk about for 80K, I will lead you astray. You're getting the gutter.
And the guy was dancing. He said, roll 80K.
You are going
no, roll is lead. No. Lead row. Salary 80K. And he was just dancing.
Where you going?
If I don't lead them astray, I'll be bastard. That kind of person, you want to have a complete conversation with him on Twitter. You can't. Their head is not there.
Number 3. Okay, let's talk about fact-checking. And I was going to talk to Trudy about this. Like, I told him, well, when you started with Trudy, I was like, wow, that's really nice. I like the on-brandness of it, because Trudy is a very serious, guy. And once the news comes out, next thing he's sitting with the person, they're talking about this thing. Does anybody do any fact checking? And do you know if there are any, like how I posted something one time and Instagram quickly told me the facts are not, they just blurred my post. I think it was something about the Ukraine war. And I think they're just censoring me, but that's besides the point. Do you think that it's people's responsibility to fact check?
I think that people are more interested in being the first to report the news, and that's what's killed journalism. As someone who comes from a journalistic background, it's very disappointing. It's a worldwide thing. CNN even gets their news from Twitter or from Instagram. Most news outlets that you see as reputable and as facts, if this person said it, then he believes, they have a social media team who breaks the news as it's happening. So the moment the world got to the place where we now get our news from social media, we bear the risk of carrying fake news, things that are not fact-checked, rumors that would detrimentally end somebody's entire life just because you want to be the first. Blogging was born out of that. Blogging wasn't supposed to be that. It's a great thing to share a blog. It's like social media, to share what you're doing or share your life. But then people now believe that if it's not negative, if it's not controversial, they don't get the clicks. So we are all suffering from a world where...
But if it's positive, good stuff,
listen,
does it get the clicks?
If we're going down the road and there's an accident, half the time in the car when we're driving past, what are we doing? We're looking back, right? People love a good train wreck. It's just what it is. If you do the best, find the cure to cancer, they would report on it, but those views are nothing in comparison to you finding somebody who broke somebody's home yesterday, who is sleeping with the president, who is doing this. That's what people, because it makes them take a break from their miserable lives. But unfortunately, the way the world is going, we have become so
that is mainstream now.
Mainstream media has become a joke. It has. You know what I mean? We've become so careless, so carefree. Everybody wants to be the first to report it. Something happened.
Blowing.
AIT wants to be first. They don't even want to say, guys,
breaking.
What happened? If we don't report now, this or that, even when you watch Succession, I don't know if you watched the series, it was always happening there. If we don't report, that person reports, just reports it. And that's where the world has gotten to now. It is scary.
So, and because I love PR, this thing breaks my heart. I love PR. We were having a conversation, and I did my 2023 highlights. I want to talk about the things that happened in 2023. So as I was researching, someone said that you should do the what's it called now? Story of Anita Somebody and Davido. I said I won't. It wasn't a highlight for me. Not only was it not a highlight, the PR have done what the PR needs to do. And I don't know what the facts are. But I remember that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Every blog, every site wanted a piece of that news. It's crazy.
He's a golden child. That boy, no matter what, when you play with joy, we will still.
Yeah,
we will still dance. We will still dance. The Holy Spirit is just covering you.
I know.
He's covering you.
I think it's one of those things where you really say you can't cancel what you did not create.
Ooh, raro.
Kanye has always said that. Do you know what I mean? And it's, there's certain people
you
who can't cancel what you did not create. Yes. Bad press, good press, it all works together in the scheme of things, to be honest. Do you understand?
Really just
He's still one of the most talked about people in 2023.
Yep.
People still are. It doesn't mean that
fans are like, hey, we don't know what we'll do, but we move.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And he has like some solid fans that they will defend him even if he decides to
touch.
And let me tell you what I like about Davido. I've said this to you before. I love the fact that Davido is also a troll. I like that he's out on Insta blog, but I love it. He's a Scorpio, so I said to him that you're a different kind of Scorpio. I don't know how to be that way, but he will go right choo-choo or something and just set the whole place on fire. And then
she says choo-choo.
Well, he does that on Insta blog. He writes something, just like cap, or he does his own PR. I don't think he cares. You know what I mean? He could also be because he's American, like you guys, because you guys are very like.
That nigga don't give a shit.
Yeah, you guys are like that. You know what I mean?
Y'all do what you gonna do. Let me know how it works.
I think he's one of the Scorpios who does not live in a box, and I like that for him.
So fact-checking is pretty much kind of dead.
It is.
And because everything is moving so fast.
Even when they now get the facts, the news of the facts does not travel as fast as the news of the rumor.
My goodness.
It's terrible. I've been in situations where things are reading about me and my team will take action. They want my team to respond.
The action that they've taken.
It doesn't go anywhere.
It can't go.
The one that you see.
We don't care what you have to say. We've told you what you did.
Yeah.
We've told you.
It's crazy.
Toke,
it is crazy.
He's the one that bought your car.
It's crazy.
Look at my receipt from Eliza Days.
They don't care. Yeah, they won't even go far. The same websites and blogs that carried it will not even honor that because they don't care. They would rather write, talking about Kinwa response to rumor that something. Instead of just say, I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot.
On the positive side, number 4, apart from brand, like what does a large following do for you? Hang on. We know that it means visibility. Brands will see you. You can get is there more? I don't even think it's automatic. What does a large following do for you?
There was a long time where
what do you have now? Do you know what you have across social?
But not all. But I think Instagram should be like 5.7 or 5.6. I'm not quite sure. There was a time where that was the goal on social media because the more followers you had, you could quickly or easily get verified, or it's easier for for them to really find who you are.
Yeah.
But along the line, I think engagement is like the real king now.
That is how we measure.
There are people who can have 100,000 followers, but that community are so true to them.
That's what happened to
that they convert, they translate. Then someone that has 8 million followers, she comes to say, go and buy this store.
All they're saying is lashes. Yes, honey.
And there's a reason why people follow people. You need to, I think for every single influencer, public figure, you need to know the reason why people follow you. And it's an exercise that you need to sit back and look through your community and know the posts that did so well. Do they follow me for my fashion? Do they follow me for my cooking? Do they follow me for my inspirational
She has gone
posts?
business, and this I always say, TM is a businesswoman. People don't, I always say that thing. It's what is the strategy? Because you have to look at your data and then figure out, so now I have X million.
Yeah, because you can have X million and, some of them are there for just people.
Some of them are
ideally there because they like you and they just...
No, hold on. On an episode that's going to come out, we're talking about the rise of social comedy. And I talked about the speed. The NG show hasn't happened for like 3 years. And not unfortunately, whatever. That the 3 years it wasn't around is like 10 years in social years. Because after COVID, things were on steroids. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, COVID is what happened.
It's COVID that happened.
Yeah.
COVID is what happened. So people went from 0 to millions.
Yeah.
And the question is, so what? What do I now do?
Yeah.
with
And
this
then we see
2
so
million.
many of them rise and they have their moment and
after that, we've moved
that's
on.
the thing about social media, which is, where I always say to a lot of young people who want to start out as influencers or have any sort of brand, you got to work twice as hard to be known offline as you are online. It's very important because you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person whose career exists mainly on social media. If we woke up tomorrow and social media is no more, what are you going to do?
Oh my God.
And people are going to keep evolving and moving. There are people who, during COVID, were the ones that were all watching, all this, all that, all this.
Gone.
Look at that Elsa girl, for instance. Do you remember the girl that was eating cheap with like everybody during COVID was like, but now I like that she's been able to translate. She's in LA. She's doing her own thing. Do you understand? Like,
you see what you just said. Now the offline is trying to be built.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's
I remember
very,
the chips.
It's very, because everybody
you don't
knew
know
who she was.
Yes.
Also the Kirby guy who didn't used to speak. He also started working a lot offline, going to all these football games, doing these collaborations, because it's very important.
It's very important.
Tomorrow people will get out again and Vine can come back.
Yes.
And Vine will be like the biggest thing.
What the hell was Vine again?
It was it was like TikTok. I think it started kind of like a TikTok, but TikTok is like a refurbished. Vine was there, but it died. Do you know what I mean? And then Instagram came. So it always happens. It always, there was high five.
Yes.
There was Facebook, there was high five.
Messenger today.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember that BlackBerry Messenger was only BlackBerry to BlackBerry?
Yeah.
If you didn't have a BlackBerry, you couldn't message.
Yeah.
How were they? Was it text?
But then
was it text message? How were we messaging to other people?
That's what the iPhones of the world looked at and decided to create something that could cater to that. Yeah, and that was what shut them down because they did not evolve. No, so even as a brand person, you have to keep thinking. There's somebody that's watching you right now thinking this show. I like it. How do I? And they would take it and...
Girl, what is the NG magic? That's what you need to think about. It's different. But just it's wild to me that we had phones that could only come.
I think text messaging was how we used to, but then we used to look down on people that were not on BB because it's like I'm going to now take my time to. The pin was even long. What's your pin? 248 CBB. Now all you have to do is just put phones beside each other and
It was an alphanumeric pin.
Yeah.
What's your BB pin?
Yeah.
24G. JC5.
Yeah. And the person that add you, see it in the morning, adding something. You have to add the person back. And then there was a time that you couldn't even share music on BlackBerry. It was just
How do you respond to ignorance? And when I say ignorance, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and ignorance is like, even I am not even remotely, in my opinion, I don't even think I'm popular at all. I have people in my DMs advising me.
No. What
are you saying?
No response is the perfect response to ignorance. I don't have time for foolishness. I honestly don't.
I do not have it. There is no time. Zero.
I honestly, like sometimes, occasionally, I like to play with some of these guys.
What I was going to say.
Sometimes, once in a while, I never used to respond before, but lately, I can like to play with somebody sometimes, and it's a play. So that my own play might be more expensive than your own play. But at that point, don't now say,
don't be angry.
As rude as you are, I'm ruder. And if you go low with me, I'm not one of those people that believe that you turn the other cheek.
I'm going to roll on the ground.
Sometimes when I'm in, and then half the time what breaks my heart is how seriously they now take your response, and they're like, you caused this person's mother out, because person said it. Fool,
you started.
Are you joking?
I was in my lane.
It's like you trying to throw out a knife and then I missed, and you're wondering what my repercussion will be. Whatever, if I throw a bazooka at you, I'm in my well right. And again, another thing that also makes me laugh is I genuinely am writing that tweet with a glass of champagne, kicking my feet behind and reading my timeline. I'm not offended. I'm also playing with you. No. Let's play with each other. Why are you angry?
You're very, very angry. I really upset you, and now you're backfiring at me.
I actually feel, and that's what they now do that now. You're the one that's offended. Sweetheart, I'm not. Like, we're playing.
You're playing.
I'm playing with you too. I would rather throw Kim Kardashian. Let's fight each other.
Let's fight each other. Let me get mileage from this. Yes.
If not, you're not worth my time.
It's like I'm so scared. I don't think it will ever happen because it will never be on brand. Imagine one day Beyonce decides to answer somebody.
I think she should actually.
She will not answer.
Let me tell you what I also think. I feel like she should, for one.
Nobody's big enough.
Let me tell you what. I feel like there was also a bit of, and I understand that that's her brand, where it's like, I'm a god, you guys are peasants. Yeah. But
I don't care
let's not even lie.
I will always just gracefully give you this.
Let's not even lie. The way things are moving, we need more. It's okay for it to be in your cast. People will forget you. One thing that works for Beyonce that I always give her is she's a great performer. And every time she comes out of wherever she has
for
been,
her hiding,
she gives us.
She gives.
Yes, she gives.
Yes.
So you can't say.
That's my point.
But,
and she's been giving us back to back.
But I think that people, I think that people are actually, I don't know about, I can't speak for everybody, but I really think that for so long, not knowing Beyonce has worked for what she is.
Yes.
But I think that the way the world is right now and how she could
There
give
needs
us
to
a
be
bit of blue,
a little bit of
even
connection.
at the
so that's her way, maybe.
Yeah, and I like
connecting.
that.
But dropping blue for us is
yes.
like, okay,
I'm
feeling,
yes.
okay.
I like that.
I like that.
You know
So
what
our
I mean?
connection is different.
I feel like it
I ain't
just a
saying
little
nothing,
bit, give
but
us
here's my
some,
girl.
yeah. And she ate.
And
she had adults doing her dance moves.
all of us are go now. Hey, Alina.
You know, I even like that Jay-Z also stood with her as he
And put
received
on
that award. I
stage,
love
yes,
that.
yes.
You know, there's a piece
And
of them.
people still came and said, look at the nails on it, 12-year-old.
I know, it's a bit much.
No, why are you people low?
He.
Anyway, all right. And then finally, so social media gives you freedom of speech. But do you think we truly have freedom of speech? It was Michael Jackson's last birthday. His daughter did not post. They now said, wow, she's on birthday, she didn't post. She just
And it's the fact that they actually think they're so entitled and invested.
Yes.
How you going to write somebody's daughter to say you forgot to post your father on his post?
Who was a Jew? He was something, so he didn't even do birthdays. He didn't even do birthdays. If you know anything about him, you know that he doesn't even do birthdays. Your mouth is open, close it. See, the summary, and I like what you said, is silence. My walls are high. I don't know what your walls are, so I'm going to stay in my compound.
And I literally, like, apart from, you know me, let's be honest, I literally be on my own lane.
You be on your own. But people don't. They don't believe it. You know that one, she's everywhere. Where?
Yeah.
I want to ask something.
Yeah.
So that we can close. We're closing now.
Yeah.
Did you have, and you know, things have happened.
Yeah.
This was not the plan. You didn't know. Did you know the plan? Was this the plan?
When I started out, I keep saying to you guys, I never even imagined that, you know, I was just a girl I was in banking. From there I wasn't happy. I got on radio. I was just applying myself, which is why it really used to like break my heart when I started in the beginning, because I would see all these blog posts and I'm just a girl who just wants a better tomorrow than my yesterday. Like, what was my, like me, I'm just out here just pushing, going to these events because I can network, ask, can I do TV? Yes, can I do this? Yes, can I do that? Yes, I just want to do, just to, you know, make my plates full. I remember back then I used to say that my plates are so full. I don't have time to even think about what's on other person's plate. But it just was interesting to see how everything just worked out together. And I do also have to give a shout out to even the negative guys, the people who thought,
because they pushed it forward.
They
pushed it
like,
forward.
When I tell people things like I don't take trolling personal, I feel like when I say it in interviews, Nigerians now think they should do it more. And I think I'm literally the most trolled Nigerian. I really think I am. Like the Dubai, it was ridiculous, the whole COP thing. 8 days I have foreigners walking up to me. Walking up to me at COP 28 and are you okay? I'm just sitting there like released. I actually
They really walked up to you and said,
yeah, people were not even from Nigeria, because it was trending that much. And you could see the hashtag of 28, you see all the insults that came under it. What is interesting for me is, even if I say this thing that I genuinely don't have any hard feelings towards any, like I'm not.
But you can't. Towards who said?
No, I mean, like, you know how some certain people now become so combative and that becomes their whole life, where their whole fan base or their whole career is based off of negativity. That's not who I am. I don't think that people hate me. I don't think at 11 o'clock at night you're thinking about me.
Well, I sure hope not.
No, your generator going off is enough problems for you.
Yeah, no.
Figuring out what you iron your clothes. Honestly, because at 11 p.m. I know what my problems are. Scrolling through my phone thinking, who think I'm gonna hit? I'm not out here thinking that, hey, let me be angry or go bring social media and check who said this about me.
You can't.
No.
You can't.
No, I'm admiring somebody laying beside me.
Somebody, I want to go to something that she girls, but let's leave it.
I love you.
Toke, thank you so much. Listen, in summary, and I was trying to summarize, and you now went
to always happens with us.
In summary, we're going to what now? In summary, maintain your own lane, because that's the only thing that you do know how to do, is to maintain your own lane. The question is, most people don't know their lane. So yes, you kerfuffle. You want to answer, you don't want to answer. If your wall is high, keep your wall high. Once in a while, yes, roll out.
Why do I feel as if this one is high thing? It's not a nice thing as NG.
It's a very nice. It's coming off as snobbish.
Very.
No, but
that's you. You're
wherever
very
you
like,
are,
you're very like
wherever you
elitist. I always say that to you and Opie. You guys are like very elitist. I'm not.
We're not. What?
I'm not. But you know I'm not elitist. You guys are
elitist.
You guys are big. Remember one thing NG said at a dinner party? If you are, I can't be friends with someone that I don't know. Somebody from
No, my God, I can't believe you were. But of the.
But
we're not gonna. No. Let me tell you what I said to her. I can't even believe this girl.
But it's okay. You and my sister are like, you guys are
important.
You people are like
I said that 3 degrees of separation is enough.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain stage in your life, let's say you're dating.
Mm-hmm.
You're dating someone at my age, he's going to be 50 and above. For me, of course. If you are 50, I can't trace you back 20 years.
There's a problem.
Where you come from?
But you see the difference between me and this is what really constitutes. You know, she and my sister, I'm going to embarrass them on this their show. They're very like, you know, they like all this like tush people who speak.
You don't have to be tush, but please don't say.
They don't mind them. They like me. I can date where did you went. No.
Toke said you got to my house. I come and beat my husband.
Yes, and I warned all of you people. Hello. Remember when I was dating that guy? Did I warn you guys? Oh, Nikoko, money is to. You are talking rubbish. All the guys that are dating are speaking English. When he enters and said champagne, hello.
He says champagne.
We all say champagne together.
No.
It sounds like French. I don't even correct him anymore. I'm like, baby, you want champagne? Let's order the champagne. Hello. Do you know the amount of money spent on that champagne? Please, you and me are so similar.
No,
What's all this? It must be. All those English speaking, when they even say, hi, can I know you? Turn off.
Eh? You want to say that?
I like baby.
I want to know.
Sure.
Yes.
You know, I'll always be his princess. My ex told me, speak the English, baby. We don't know the money. Which one are they saying here? And I wouldn't.
Hey, what for you?
Hello.
Hello.
If people like me talking about your English, when you come to my house, you have to respect that man.
Yes.
Because as he said champagne and salad.
Yes.
That's what we're eating.
That's what we're eating. That
Salad.
Yes.
All your English in America, let's vote for you in your pockets.
She said, what's the question? When he now finishes and I said, baby, you and your friends, you guys want to go to Paris on my jet? You know that you abused him, you're not going with us.
You're not going with us now. We say you go and fly local. We say you
With your English speaker on business class. You didn't let me summarize again.
Okay, sorry. I love you so much. It's because we don't really get time.
In summary, stay in your lane. Social media is free, fine. Everybody, all and sundry, they're all there. There's going to be a lot of foolishness. So stay in your lane. If you come for someone, don't cry based on how they've come back for you.
Period.
Because they can bump her, because they can decide to come back for you. Maybe you're lucky day and they don't come back for you, but really, if they come back, you accept what they've taken. That's your business, right? Ultimately, guys, let's try and be kind. I really want to add that part. Let's try and be kind. It actually doesn't take anything from you to just be kind and live and let live, yeah? Alright. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ngozi. This is Toke. Make your comments in the comment box on the screen. Subscribe.
Kind.
Follow her. Make sure you're
The comments are kind.
make sure or not. We've already.
care.
My walls are high.
Yeah.
My walls are high.
We're not reading it.
Until next time, keep it real. Say keep it real.
Keep it real.
Purr, purr.